Hello there. Chatbots and voice or digital assistants are one of the most important tools in today's and especially in tomorrow's world. But who are the people that make them work? The conversation designers. My name is Eran Soroka, head of marketing operations for CoCoHub Conversational Components. Today we have a special guest from the sunny city of Los Angeles, California. Welcome, Hillary Black, head of marketing at MAV and the conversation designer. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. First of all, I saw your versatile background. How did you get into conversation design?
Yeah, so I definitely have a wide variety of experiences, but my background is primarily in copywriting and in all sorts of digital writing, blogging, and then I got into social media in around 2012. So I spent a lot of time writing content for social media, and that got me into that sort of micro copy state of mind. And I worked at a lot of different companies and brands and agencies, from University of Michigan, an agency for Beats by Dre, and then my last official job before starting my own company was at Vine, so at Twitter. And I was doing social media through all of that. And so afterwards, I decided to branch out on my own and start consulting in social media and consulting in brand personas. And I had spent just so much of my career building brands and building digital brands. So in, I think end of 2016 is when Facebook Messenger announced chatbots. So one of our customers approached us about designing a bot. And we really didn't know anything of what we were getting ourselves into. And so I sort of took all my knowledge from writing new brands, writing social media content, and just created what I thought was, a good chatbot script. And it all sort of expanded from there. We got more and more people asking us to write for chatbots. I did a lot of research of my own and started studying people who had been doing that in the past, and sort of just over time built my own best practices in conversation design, specifically for Facebook Messenger. And then later on, currently I do pretty much all SMS conversation design.
Oh, it's a lot of things. Out of all these things, what is the project or bot that you're most proud of?
I mean, certainly our product. So MAV is a product company now. So we have our automated two-way texting that is sort of central to all the experiences that we do. And that is something that I would say is the combination of all of the best things that I've ever done. So the best conversation, the smartest conversation, the best error messages, the best natural language understanding. And so it's just really all of the combination of everything that I want to be, just that perfect way.
What is the one thing that every chatbot or digital assistant must have, in your opinion?
I would definitely say value. So there has to be a purpose of why you are designing this chatbot. There has to be that sort of end concrete goal that you're able to communicate to the audience, but then also so the company that you're creating the bot for understands why they have it. It's similar to social media in the early days. People wanted to just have accounts, make an account on every platform. But you need to understand, why are you doing that? What are you bringing to the user? And then how can you really design an experience centered around them accomplishing whatever goal you set out?
Tell us something surprising, awkward, funny that happened to you while designing conversations.
One thing that is not necessarily, I guess, chatbot related of something that I designed, but I did create a bunch of automated Twitter accounts that would reply when you would mention them. And so there's been many times where brands will be sort of listening for certain keywords and they will just send out a bunch of automated messages to my bots, not realizing that they aren't people. And so the back and forth and just watching that has sort of taught me okay, this is, not best practice. I need to make sure that people are understanding you have to actually be listening for something relevant and then understand that you're not talking to a bot. And so that's just sort of a funny thing that has happened multiple times, especially on Twitter.
As a veteran in this field, what advice, tips will you give to aspiring conversation designers or people that wonder how they can get into this field?
Well, I definitely would just say to do it. If you have an interest in it, research, pursue it, and just start trying things. I mean, I don't have a like particular background that is like expert for designing conversations. I don't have a UX writing background. I don't have a development background, and you can find your own way into it. And so I would say definitely like learn everything that's out there. There's a lot of, free resources. There's a lot of books. There's a lot of networking groups. I personally have an online course, so of course I would refer people to that. And then additionally, I have a Facebook group of conversation designers. And so that's a really good place to meet people who have similar interests to you, people who are working at companies doing, whether you want to design for voice or messenger, websites, or, higher education, HR. There's a lot of different people out there. And so I would definitely say networking and talking with people that are already established in the field, talking with people about how they got into it, because it is something that is, well, it's existed for a long time. It's very emerging, and there still are a lot of opportunities to find your way in.
Yeah, and nobody like started in conversation design. Everybody started by being like from comedians to bankers, and from UX
Exactly.
experts to computer scientists. So this is so versatile. We have a corner called the elevator pitch, in which you can tell us about Mav and what the thing that you're doing.
Yeah, so Mav is an automated two-way texting robot. We help fintech and mortgage companies qualify leads, nurture leads, all through automated texting. And so instead of the texting you might be familiar with of one-way broadcast, the automated blast where you're just sending a link, you can actually have a two-way conversation between a bot and a human to qualify your leads, to follow up with someone who might have dropped off during the application process. And we have seen, a lot of great success being able to convert leads through text, because it is a platform that everyone uses and everyone knows how to use.
Okay, so thank you a lot, Hillary Black, head of marketing at Mav, and a conversation designer, of course, because we're all conversation designers at Mav. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And for everybody watching, don't forget to check out our hub at CoCoHub.ai, the place to build, expand, improve, and test your conversational components. Take care. Bye-bye.